Hi guys, today we are going to learn about C++. C++ is one of the low-level language which almost directly talks with the machine itself and hence is the most powerful language of all other comparisons. As the name indicates, it is the extension of C programming with inheritance, object orientation and operator overloading. In C++, we basically talk about object, class, methods, and instance variables. And hence the question is, what are these? What is object? Object basically consists of properties and behaviors. For example, when we talk about vehicles, we are talking about cars, buses, which then again categorized more deeply. But the point is, when we talk about vehicles, we know that they have common behavior, that they are used for traveling purpose. But they come with different properties, such for example, each one of car or bike has different number of tires, and hence we can consider car and bike as objects. Now, what is class? As we discussed earlier, car and bikes have a common behavior as they are used for traveling purpose and hence can categorized into one as a vehicle. And so vehicle can be represented as a class. What is method? A method is commonly a behavior. A behavior of vehicle is something like it helps to ride from one place to another. And so we can define a method of ride to a particular object like car or bike. Okay, what are instance variables? An instance variable is a variable which particularly been allocated for the object. As I explained earlier about the number of tires are different for different vehicle as car or bike. So here we can assume that instance variable tires count can be given to each object car or bike differently. Okay, now let's begin the Hello World program. We'll be looking at the C++ program structure, how it works from where it starts and where it ends. So let's start. So I'm going to write here the hash include iostream. So this is basically a preprocessor which defines several headers, and so it contains the information which is either necessary or useful to the program. For this program we are going to use iostream header. Using namestd tells the compiler to use the standard namespaces. Here I'm going to write the main function which actually starts which actually compiler tells to start running from. So here I'm going to write cout hello world return 0. So what does these two statements do? Cout is the statement which prints in the console and which gives the information basically, and here return 0 is nothing but it is returning 0 to the main function itself, and so to the process itself, and so it terminates the program here. So let's check out what is the output. G++ is a command line tool used for compiling C++ programs or C programs. So let's write the so it takes the first argument as the file name which we are going to compile. So if I run this, so if we are going to run this file, we are going to see the executable file will be generated in the same folder where the file is. Okay, sorry, this is trial002.cpp. Yeah, now if I run this, the executable file will generate in the folder C++ programs folder. So it takes a little time. Okay, I didn't save the program, so let's save the program and run it again. Now if I put dir command line, it will show me what are the contents in that folder. So see here, the a.exe file actually is the executable file which is generated by uh, compiling trial002.cpp file. So we will see what does this consist of. Enter. So you can see here the hello world is written out, and so that's all for today. We will see you next week.